Well, here's the before, getting everything out. Got some limes and a lime and an orange I'm going to put in one of them, and got the brew pot down here, and I'm thawing out the garden hose because it's 30 degrees outside, so we got to get this thawed out so I can get some water through it. Alright, show you more. Alright, are you guys ready to start brewing? Are you going to help? You're probably going to sit here in sun, aren't you? I don't blame you. Alright, let's see what we got going on. So we've got all of the stuff out here. Let's see, we got burners, and we got another one over here someplace, I think. It has to be worked on, and various pots, and we got some carboys and some fermentation tanks, and looks like we got some fermentation tanks going here. IPA Beer, how to brew it. Well, I've probably never read that book, so then we got lots of sugar up here. Well, chips, we're gonna have to have those. Yeah, we got lots of sugar and some various kits here and some extras to put in there. And we got some things here like some juniper berries, and got some warrior hop I'm going to use in one of them. So, and we've got the grill going because we're going to put some bacon on here after a while. So get that going. Anyway, and there's Kent. He's going to be brewing today too. So, all right, I'll show you more as we get going. Okay, I got the first batch going here, and I got my rice, and I got a little bit of a lime cut up in this, and this is just a light beer. So we're going to get it up here to about 155 degrees until this rice cooks down and gets all that cooked down out of there. And then Kent's got his first batch already poured into the ferment tank. He's adding some water there to get it up to 5 gallons. And what kind of beer is this one?
This is a export Pilsner.
Export Pilsner. Okay, so that ought to be pretty good. I think I bought one of those too. So, all right. And we've got the bacon on the grill finally. So, whew, lots of smoke, but not much heat. So, all right. All right. Show you more.
Make a pot of beer, and if it tasted good, I was going to name it after him, called News Pot.
All right.
Oh yeah, here we go.
What do you? Oh, okay. So you're heating that up.
Yep.
So it'll come out of there easier.
Yes. It came out easy.
And that label, of course, that gives it a nice, good flavoring in the beer
yeah.
too.
Well, yeah.
So you want
an earthy flavor.
You want one of them spatulas here?
Like it came from nature. It's gonna work. It's gonna work.
Oh, it'll make beer.
It'll make good beer. This is a cerveza.
Yeah, you want to get all that out of there, and then we can take some hot water and pour it in there and get the rest of it out.
It's kind of it's my take on Dos Equis.
Oh, okay.
Because a lot of people don't realize that.
Stay thirsty, my friends.
The Dos Equis guy is loosely based on my life.
Okay.
One of the most interesting men in the world.
Well, you have done it and been in a few places, so that's cool. All right, so what are you going to do? You're going to let that cook a little bit?
Yeah, I'm going to turn the flame down to get it a little bit less violent. It doesn't need to boil. Take it down just to the bare minimum there.
And are you doing anything special to this one?
Nope, this is just going to be a straight up cerveza.
So you'll just dump her in that thing over there and add water to it. And
Yep.
okay.
Pitch my yeast.
All right. Which the yeasties are going inside. They're cooking in there.
Life will be good.
All right. Okay. Well, I think it's about time to start another one here. Let's go see. We've got. Looks like mine is full now. I can take that off. So that is going to be a Bock beer. Yeah, just stick that spatula in that can right there, that malt can. Yeah. And then this is Kent's export Pilsner that he's got going here. We're cooling it right now. So the cold water from the hose, wherever that's at, somewhere in here. Oh, right there. So the cold water from the hose comes in here, goes up through there, through that chiller, and comes out here. So, anyway. All right, show you more.
1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I had my friend, I was headed out of town to do a little shopping with my junkyard hound, to pick up some parts for that old Ford going. Well, the man said, what kind of car you got there, boy? Ain't enough chrome, ain't you tell anymore.
There we go, commence. We always called them a commencer. That's a lighter. Alright. Oh, so we got some water here, cold water. We're going to put that on there and get that boiling. Just to kind of sterilize that thing, and then we're going to turn the water down on it a little. I guess that's full. Alright, where's my lid? Oh, I got one somewhere. There it is. It'll warm up a little faster that way. So, all right. So what we're going to do with this one is this is going to be a. Look and see. Oh, this is an IPA. So I'm going to do an IPA, and I'm not doing a whole grain. This is just an extract kit, and show them this extract. So I've got it. This is just a pan of hot water, and I put the cans down in there to kind of soften it up so it's easier to get out. So, and that's a half a can of light beer mix, and because I'm going to add that to this, because I like to add a little more to it, so it's got a little more flavor. Just move this up here. So what we got to do is get 7 cups of sugar going here while this water's heating. So get my knife out here. And this is probably not the proper way to make beer, but this is the way I make beer, and so I've never had anybody not drink any of it. So okay, there's one, and there's 2, kind of.
What is that?
This is sugar. 3. Actually, it's corn sugar. You don't want to use regular table sugar. You can. I mean, it'll make beer. It just tends, cane sugar tends to make it kind of have a funny taste. So this is the 4th one, but it's not full. Let's get another one here. This knife is sterile. Okay, was this one 4 or 5?
I'm not sure.
Well, let's go 4. If it was, it'll just be stronger beer. 5, 6, 7, and a little more. That'll be fine. Yeah, it'll work. Alright. And we could put our hydrometer on this whole thing before we pitch the yeast, and we could actually calculate exactly what percent beer this is, but I'm not too worried about that. 7 cups is about right for 5 gallons, 5 to 6 gallons. It makes about a 4.5% beer. And this is a Bock beer that we made last year, actually. About this same time last year, I think. I know it was a lot colder. You can certainly watch that on the YouTube channel too. Just go back and look for it. That video's on there as well. So, alright, so we're going to get this boiling. And when we do, then we're going to come back and we're going to chop up this orange and put in there. We're going to use a Warrior hop in the boil, and I will do a Cascade hop as a dry. I'll dry hop it once we get ready, right before we bottle it, probably a day before we bottle it. And I'm also going to put these juniperberries in there, so it'll give it kind of a gin taste, I guess, because that's the kind of stuff they put in gin to give it that flavor. So with that being said, I think we'll come back when this gets boiling. All right, talk to you later. Yeah, I don't know, something went right. Let's start again. I thought you clicked it off so they all come in. That's what you don't care. Well, didn't you say your mom was a fan of Tom Jones, or she liked Engelbert Humperdinck?
She liked Engelbert Humperdinck and Tom Jones.
And Tom Jones.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, she used to turn that, and Diana Ross. And she used to turn that stuff on while she's cleaning the house, which was all the time.
Well, at least you had a clean house. I mean, yeah.
I was like 6 years old, you know. So I sang you to sleep after the loving.
Yeah, there you go.
With a song that I wrote yesterday.
Okay, so what kind of beer is this? You're getting ready to pitch the yeast to it?
This is the walnut.
Oh, okay, this is a walnut beer. That's right.
This is the walnut beer, and yes, I'm going to put the yeast in it and probably put a lid on it.
Yeah, probably would.
And then I got the other.
Oh, well, now the walnut lid is over there, so we must have switched.
The walnut lid is over there, but that's the cerveza. This is the walnut beer.
All right.
And so we have to do that. And
well, as soon as you get that, my water's going to be boiling, and we'll be ready to start on that over there. So, all right. That sounds good. All right.
Sounds good.
More later.
1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I told my friends I was headed out of town to do a little shopping with my junkyard hound.
I can top that Tom Jones singing, but you know we may try it there. Who knows?
You're not setting the bar very high for yourself.
All right. So we're going to take this extract. We've been getting it soaked up in here like we talked about, so that it's should be sort of loose in the can, so we can pour it out of here. We've got our water up here. So I'm gonna pour this in here. That came out of there pretty good, actually. If you can get that stuff warmed up in that can, it'll come out of there pretty easy. Try to keep that label out of there. That may not, that might not give it a good flavor.
Might kill the plague, though.
All right. Reach for the bottom. I think our trash can's getting full. All right, let's see. Let's get this other one out of here.
What do we got here?
This is an IPA. So this, again, this is what we're making is an IPA bitter. And I've added that light extract in there just to give it a little more, since we're not doing an all grain here. I want to try to get some flavor. And then we're going to take and put some other stuff in here too. Trusty pocket knife out. Now, of course, I hate candy because they never quite work like they're supposed to. Let's see if I can get this all pinched on off of here. Oh, there we go.
Mine was kind of syrupy like that too.
Well, that's good. Well, if you think about it, when the Indians made beer here in this country, or what's now our country, but we stole it from them. But anyway, they would just take the water sitting around in trunks of trees and stuff that had natural yeast and stuff. Or, you know, nature breaks things down anyway, and they always made their beer kind of their stuff they drank at a certain time of the year, and the reason it worked out well is because the pollens and different stuff would be flowing from the trees. And so here we're trying to control it a little bit, but the thing is, we're out here in the open and we're getting a lot of, you know, this is almost, well, it's November, so we got all the dead leaves and stuff that's coming up, and so there's liable to be anything in the air. Good. All right, so now I'm going to stir that up a little bit. And this is pretty full, so we don't want it to boil over. In fact, we don't want it to boil at all. We just want to cook it a little bit. So now what we're going to do is we're going to cut up this orange and put this in here.
Is that what your strainer's for there?
Yeah. That way that you can pour it through a strainer after you brew it, but this strainer thing will keep all the junk in here and not have so much stuff that you have to filter out when you go to bottle it. Okay, this is a Warrior hop, so I want to get this up to about 155 degrees. These are pellets, and they'll pretty much dissolve, but any of the heavy stuff that'll be in this will stick to this strainer, so again, there won't be so much of it into the...
Is that Warrior hop, is that a pretty common hop?
Yeah, it's got a mild aroma, but it really does well in an IPA, I think. I mean, I don't know.
What's it smell like?
Well, I mean, smell it.
If you can't describe it, I don't want to smell it.
It's just, it smells like that stuff in the beers that you don't like that make your tongue feel all hot and
IPAs?
Yeah.
All right.
So we're going to dump that in there.
IPAs always make me feel like I got to shave my tongue. Except yours. Yours is actually good. I can't believe I was drinking IPA all day and thought it tasted good.
Now this is something a little different that I'm trying this time. These are juniper berries. And again, you know, you can smell those, but we're going to give that a shot.
Pretty fragrant.
Yeah.
Are they? Yeah.
And then this is lemongrass. I grow lemongrass every year to make my tonic water, and the frost has already hit this, so this lemongrass is real. The membranes are already broken down from the frost, so that's a great time to use it. So I'm going to shove that in there too.
It's a very lemony smelling,
yes,
too.
It is. So this is going to be an IPA that has a lot of citrus in it. So it ought to be really good.
Oh, you can smell that lemongrass right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
wow.
So I don't want to boil this. Let me get my infrared camera there, which is what I use for my temperatures. And let's see what we got here. So we're at about 160, 159.
I don't know if we can see that, but
yeah, maybe not, but
there it is.
Yeah. So I don't want it to get too much hotter than that. So I'm going to back this down just a little bit, and I want to sit there and cook that until these berries kind of get. You can see. I don't know if the camera can show it, but that
you can really smell
it.
It's
really starting to break down. And those berries will start to kind of pop open.
That almost smells like one of those, what is it, the summer shandies that, like Samuel Adams does. It's real...
yeah, and I know Samuel Adams brews like this for sure. You know, they're just hanging out on their patio.
Patio drinking beer and eating chips and whatnot.
Yeah, well, there's a little bit of bacon left on the grill over there. So.
Bacon's a great thing.
Yeah, so... Anyway, we'll show you more here in a minute, and we get ready to transfer this over into a container over there, a fermentation container. We'll show you that. So, all right.
The man said, what kind of car you got there, boy? There ain't enough chrome and paint to tell anymore. I said, you ain't gonna believe it, but this is a classic machine. I got a 1972 Ford Driver. It's got a six-pack of ground floor and a nitro.
Still bacon on the grill.
What is it?
It's bacon. Off the grill, there's still a piece left there.
Oh.
Hell, that's like the Duluth underwear, man. That'll put the swagger in your swing, or
Yeah.
whatever that says.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, well, what we want to do here is we brought this up. It almost got to a boil. I shut it off, and I've been steeping these juniper berries and all that stuff in there. So you can kind of see that the hops are pretty well gone. There's a lot of residue in there, which is what we want, that thicker stuff. I don't want it in the wort. So we're going to pull this out, and we'll let the juice run out of it. And then we're going to kind of set this off to the side. We'll go dump it in the compost heap here in a minute. The dogs will love to lick around on that. So,
Tallulah. Tallulah. Ooh.
alright. Let's see, I got to get the gloves there, because this is probably hot. Now what I did was I put the sugar, the 7 cups of sugar, in the fermentation tank here. So we're going to pour this wort on top of it. And then we'll put the chiller in it. And we'll chill it down to about 75 degrees before we pitch the yeast. And depending on how much beer I've drank, this ought to go pretty good here. So
You may or may not hit the bucket. It's a lot of beer.
alright, that ain't bad. And while we're on the Tom Jones theme, she's a lady. Whoa, 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 she's a lady.
That's just wrong. It's all wrong. Tom Jones is wrong.
Okay, so we're gonna stir this up.
Mom was a fan of Johnny Rodriguez too.
Oh yeah, I like him. I got some of his out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He used to have that song "Riding My Thumb to Mexico," and I didn't know what the hell it was about. I asked my dad, and he goes, "Well, think about it." I was like 10. I was like,
Well, here's
the other day in the hayfield, Granddad said that Tim had his thumb up his ass. Is it the same thing? I don't know.
Well, I used to sing that song, and I still don't know what it means. All right, we got the chiller in this. We're going to chill it down. You can see the steam rolling out of it. We're going to chill it down to about 72, and then we'll take it in the house and pitch the yeast. All right, show you more. All right, well, it's the next morning, and you can see perking away here. The wife's laundry room smells like a brewery in here. Let's see. Oh yeah, this one's going pretty good here. This one's the one that's got the grape in it. So, and then this is the wheat beer. It's got the top swollen up on it. It's really perking away. So, well, we'll keep an eye on these for the next, probably 6-7 days, something like that. We'll run the hydrometer on it. Once the airlocks stop bubbling so much, we'll run a hydrometer on it. I like to get it down to about 1,000, and then we'll transfer it. And one of these, let's see, this is the IPA, yeah. This one, then we'll do a dry hop with the Cascade for a day before we bottle it, and we should be good to go. Alright, well, thanks for watching. Hope you had a enjoyable time seeing how we brew beer.
which is probably not a very conventional way of doing it. But anyway, be sure and share your video, hit that like button, drop a comment down below, tell us what you think, and with that, we'll see you later. Bye.